Welcome back to the NFL Imperialism Franchise, a series where I play out an entire NFL season using my imperialism idea. This is episode 2, so I will give you just a handful of seconds to catch up with episode 1. You have been warned, and now let's open up with a recap of episode 1. Previously on the Imperialism Franchise. So this is a pretty important step in this because I'm going to be remaining with this team for the entire series. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be playing as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now it's time to get started with the Imperialism Franchise, starting with our first spin. Eagles will be our first game. A very embarrassing week 1 performance for the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt departing ways with us to join the city of brotherly love. That's the second touchdown of the day and also 200 yards. Crazy. We're getting 99 overall superstar right in Myles Garrett. But look at this highlight reel of a play. Not only do I hurdle that man, I stay in bounds, evade the tackles. Mark Andrews is now the new TE number 1 in the Steel City. There will be 3 teams eliminated. So going to the start of episode 2 next week, we'll have 3 new power-ups placed on those positions. Well, let's pick up right where we left off with 3 of the AFC South teams being gone. What a shocker. As you can see, the Colts, Texans, and Titans land is now an empty territory, and I said last episode that would be replaced with a power-up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spin a wheel to see which territory we're going to put on a power-up first. We're going to start with Houston's old land, and I have 2 new power-ups alongside a returning power down for today's episode. What will be going on Houston's old land next to the Cowboys? The Guardian power-up. So next up, we're going to fill out Tennessee's old land with the new other power-up, Resurrection. And obviously this leaves the landmine power down for the land north of it, which was once owned by the Indianapolis Colts. So the Guardian power-up placed in South Texas is pretty helpful. It's going to prevent your team from losing any players for the duration of having the power-up. Now Resurrection is kind of like Rewind in a way. It brings a player back, kind of. However, this time, it's going to bring a player back from a previously eliminated team. And if you don't remember, landmine is a power down. Essentially, it just kind of kills your best player. It just takes him off from your team. So we have 7 power-ups yet to be claimed. Surely enough, a couple will be claimed this episode. Also, real quick, just want to say some of you guys said some standings were inaccurate, and I can guarantee that's going to happen, but I'll make sure before any teams are eliminated from here on out, I go through it one last time, and I will fix it before we do the elimination. So now it's time to start week 4. Where are we heading? We are going down south. And I don't even need to draw a line for this one. Obviously enough, we are hitting the Bengals. Tough matchup for week 4, but Steelers at Bengals. My precious Joe Burrow, you know I just can't beat you in the Bengals. You're just so sexy, man. Am I recording? You know, to be fair, after my recent comments, I 100% deserve what happens next. Boom, overthrow, it's an interception, picked off by Hill, and I was attending my new target, Mark Andrews. That did not go well, and they're going to have the ball at the 18-yard line. Great. I gave away that touchdown like I'm Oprah. Now I have the earthquake effect, so I figured I need to drain it out, get a running play with Najee Harris, and just keep on establishing the run, hand it off again, and got our first down of the day. 3rd down and 5 now. I go for a really risky pass. It ends up being incompletion. I didn't deserve that anyways. Because I have the brain power of Ray Rice and an elevator, I decided to go for this on 4th down and 5. I somehow convert it. It's a 1st down and 10. Draw a play with Najee Harris, goes straight up the gut. I have 10 yards plus some more. That dude would not be able to walk for the next few weeks. 1st down and 10 of the 8. Now a 3rd down and 3. The quarter ended. I go short and we have a double jump here by Allen Robinson. He'll fall short of the 2-yard line. 1st down and goal. And you already know what I'm going to do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a quarterback sneak with Kenny Pickett. What on earth is he doing here? Can he do that in real life? This was so invested with me, I had to pull this up in instant replay and watch him do this aerobic gymnastic stuff again. He didn't land it, but whatever. Anyways, I end up getting the ball right back, and I completely blow this field goal. The Bengals gave me a golden opportunity, and I choke. Still 7-7. Thanks to my defense, we're still in this game. The Bengals cannot score. I finally convert with Mark Andrews. A huge pickup here to get us to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 7. I take the handoff to Najee Harris. Easy find right here up the middle of the field, and that's a 1st down and 10 to the 21. 1st down and goal again, and I'm going to get an easy pass for a touchdown here, run out of the pocket, and finally get Deontay Johnson involved in the mix. That's going to be a 14-7 lead. Oh, he's doing it as well. What on earth? And he didn't land it either. 3rd down and 19 now. The Bengals cannot score a touchdown. I mean, I know the Steelers defense is good. Well, speaking of defense, the Bengals defense is good. I just threw another interception. 3rd down and 10. Once again, the Bengals couldn't score. I try to go for a check down, but I completely blow it. And once again, I get the ball back, and guess who does not score? The Bengals. Oh, here we go. Again, Mark Andrews open again. A huge pickup. That's the 2nd catch of the day, and another big catch for him. Now, 3rd down and 6 at the 10-yard line. I'm going to pass this short, I believe, to Deontay Johnson. However, I am short of the 1st down, so I'm just going to take my points, considering I have so many misuses this game. I mean, 17. I have a missed field goal, 2 interceptions. I just need to tie this game up at the bare minimum. I get the ball back in their own territory again. Run for a first down. It's first down and 10 from the 16, and it is a tie game, by the way. Next play right here, I cannot fathom what's about to happen here. I mean, I really wish I recorded my voice here. First, I throw probably one of the worst picks of my life, but here it comes. Here comes the boom. It's a fumble picked up by Kenny Pickett. He's got an angle, and Showboats dives into the touchdown. This is Madden football. God bless America. And obviously, the Bengals cannot score again, so I get the ball back. I take one of the most brutal sacks of my lifetime. Kenny Pickett definitely just tore 5 bones in his ribcage right there. Usually, I do not show punts, but this is the play of the game, if I could say so myself. Over the head punt, perfect bounce, it rolls to the 1-yard line, and this is where I dive on it. A 1-yard sink punt. That is the play of the game, and there's just no way the Bengals can recover from that. Surely enough, we win this game 24-17 to bring us to a 3-1 record with a win over the Bengals. Week 4 was a decent offensive performance to say the least, with most of the credit going to the defense, and whatever the hell this Mickey Mouse of a play was. As a result, we were able to steal Jamar Chase on the route of our victory. Some other key steals from successful wins include the Packers taking 99 overall Michael Pittman Jr., Aaron Donald is assembling the Space Jam monster team in San Francisco, Michael Parsons replaces the spot of Aaron Donald, Stephon Diggs goes to the Eagles, and Derrick Henry goes to the Falcons. Now we had 3 power-ups claimed, but this part might get a little confusing, so stick with me. The Cowboys expanded the Houston's old territory and got the Guardian power-up. The Falcons expanded to South Carolina and got the Rewind power-up. But most importantly, the Giants moved their armies north to receive the Bandit power-up. As stated in episode 1, the Bandit power-up has 2 uses. First, like normal, it gets to steal a player from a randomly selected team. I spun a wheel with all remaining NFL teams and landed on the Browns. This is actually a good steal considering the Giants lost Saquon Barkley last episode to the Bills. So Nick Chubb, welcome to New York. Now the other use I mentioned was that it could also steal a power-up in possession of a team. So Falcons and Cowboys are currently the only teams with the power-up, so I spun this wheel to see which power-up the Giants would steal, and it landed on the Cowboys, stealing the Guardian power-up. So now the Giants stole Nick Chubb and now cannot lose a player from defeats for the remaining of the regular season unless their power-up gets stolen. Still with me? Good. And finally, the Falcons gifted the Rewind power-up. Obviously, they're going to use that on prime time. Number 21, Deion Sanders. Well, that was an eventful week. Week 4 standings, the Niners stay on top. They're the only team with 4 wins and 0 losses. And in total, we have 5 teams yet to lose a game. Undefeated are the Chiefs, Dolphins, Vikings, Broncos, and of course the Niners. And you can see we snuck into the top 8. We are at 8 with a 3-1 record. And then week 4, this is ranked 9 to 16. You can see all these teams have at least 2 wins, except for the Seahawks, who only have 1, but thanks to the 3 expansions, they're pretty high up. And 17 through 24 is mostly reserved for teams with only 1 win, except for the Bears and Rams at 2-2. And our final page, as you can see, those 3 teams are still eliminated, and 3 more will be eliminated off this page. Currently, we have 3 winless teams right now still in the mix: the Patriots, Commanders, and Cardinals. And the Buccaneers, Raiders, even though they have a win, they're not far up better than them. The West Coast has become so unrecognizable, you can't even make out the old state outlines. And now the Buccaneers own the land the size of Disney World. And as for our area of land, it just continues to get more chaotic. Magic Arrow of Direction will be sending us down south again. We have something against the south. And looks like we have a new opponent. It's the Washington Commanders. This could be a trap game. I feel like I should easily win this. Let's just see what happens going to DC. Not to spoil it or anything, but the foreshadowing is a little unreal. This is definitely a trap game. Look how I'm going to start out this game. A pretty bad run, and that's going to suck. To make matters worse, I'm going to take a really brutal sack by Chase Young. It's already 3rd down and 18, and I'm going to end up punting the ball because there's just nothing I do with it. Next drive, though, I do get a completion of Mark Andrews, get the ball rolling with a 20-yard pickup here. The Commanders did score a field goal, but I'm looking to put more on the board. Going back to Mark Andrews once again. That's another 20-yard pickup. We're already at the 16-yard line. Things are looking in our favor now. 2nd down and 1 from the 7. Now get the run game going. Got it to Najee Harris on a delayed handoff. It's in the end zone. Touchdown for 6. Najee Harris, 7-3. Oh, guys, this was just a simple misclick. I totally just clicked the wrong button, okay? You gotta believe me, please. Well, 7-10 after score a touchdown. Literally the next play afterwards, I see a wide open receiver, but Kenny Pickett throws probably one of the most god-awful passes in my life. This is easily gonna put some more points up for the Commanders. Make it 13-7, and this is just gonna get worse and worse. We're only going downhill. I take another sack by Jonathan Allen this time. Essentially, at this point, it's just Kenny Pickett low lights as I'm gonna take another sack on a play action pass. It'd be 3rd down and 22. But somehow, in some way, I do end up converting here. I do not know how this was an accurate pass compared to the other one I just threw earlier, but that's Jamar Chase's first catch as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and it was a big one. Now that I have some good momentum, I want to set up the run game. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because Najee Harris is a rare mistake. It's picked up by Allen. I take Kenny Pickett, but he's not strong enough to take him. And look at Jamar Chase like he's DK Metcalf. This time he misses the dive, and we just got showboated on with a scoop and score by Jonathan Allen. I just don't understand it. I feel like every single game we play, we just have to have the most batshit Madden play ever like this. Going into the fourth quarter now, it's 22-7. Guess what? I take another sack. It's Chase Young again. My back hurts from all this railing this game, and they definitely don't call me Kenny Pickett for no reason. Yeah, I 100% got dominated this game. This one was just as embarrassing as the Eagles' performance. I lose 20-7. Look at this performance by Kenny Pickett. I had 4 interceptions, 8 completions. What a masterclass performance by Kenny Pickett. For the safety of my well-being, we will talk no further of this week's performance. Anyways, this loss cost us Myles Garrett, as now the Commanders are assembling a sneaky elite defense. Some other conquest results ended with Jair Alexander joining the Chiefs, Marlon Humphrey is now an Eagle, Derrick Henry goes back to the Panthers, Michael Pittman Jr. continues to be ran through by NFL franchises as he's now a Detroit Lion, Josh Jacobs into the Rams, DK Metcalf to the Niners, and somehow Justin Jefferson's a Bronco? Only one power-up was used, well actually it's a power down, that being the newly placed landmine, which was obtained by the Bengals in expansion. Now I do remember saying that landmine deletes the best player, and while that is true, I'm sticking to the theme of not stripping quarterbacks away from teams. So instead of killing off my precious Joe Burrow, we'll be taking Trey Hendrickson away as he's the second best player in the Bengals. Week 5 standings, the 49ers are still on top. They're the only team who's played 5 games and won all 5 of them. We're now down to only 4 teams undefeated, that being the Chiefs, Broncos, Dolphins, and Niners. The Panthers suffered their first loss, but they're still 4-1, and the Eagles, Jets, and Falcons are currently climbing. Second page, you can see we fell quite a bit with that loss. We're sitting at rank 13 on a 3-2 record. We do sit at a disadvantage considering there's no open land starting next to us, so we don't get much expansions, which does help on the standings board. 17 through 24, you can see both the Ravens, Lions, and Jaguars sitting at 2-2. The Seahawks, even though they're 1-3, their 3 expansions are carrying them on this board. And you can see the Commanders snuck on this page with that win over us as they sit 1-3-1. That definitely helps them from getting eliminated. And on the brink of elimination, here's the final page where 5 teams sit. 3 of them currently in jeopardy of leaving the game. Currently, the Cardinals 0-4-1, Patriots 0-3-2, and Buccaneers with their 1 win do not have the tiebreaker against the Raiders. So those are the 3 worst teams right now and could be out of it if they don't do something next week. Well, week 5 is over and I can't even tell I'm looking at a map of the United States of America. What a horrible performance by the Steelers. I don't know why I'm talking in third person. It should be first person. What a horrible performance by myself. The Patriots are counting their days. Their logo can barely even fit in their land area. As for the Buccaneers, their logo can't. We still have the Bermuda Triangle of power-ups right here, which has not been claimed by any teams. The Chiefs share a border with every single one. The Broncos are recreating the Mongolian Empire out west. Anyways, one more week for this episode. Let's see what we're rolling. More than likely, we're going to repeat a matchup. This time, we're going straight right. And I guess it's our time to get our revenge against the Philadelphia Eagles for week 6. Let's see if we can bounce back from our week 1 performance, and let's get a W. Now, I expect this game against the Eagles to go a little bit differently, not just scoreboard-wise, but just by performance of players, because it's a whole different game now. Eagles have definitely got some more players since we've last played, considering how many players they've stole. Anyways, we start out down 7. Of course, the Eagles score first. I know this is going to be a problem. And, oh, here we go again. I'm already taking sacks. 4th down and 19. I'm showing you a punt, which means something has to happen, right? Yeah, surely enough, something has happened, and it's kind of stupid. I'm going to completely hit stick rock this dude, but this dude has the awareness of a cat and picks the ball up in 0.2 gigaseconds, and it's 1st down and 10 from the 37, so that went just as I expected it to. Obviously, the Eagles scored another touchdown on that because they had great field positioning, so I have to work from the gutters here. I'm going to get a 1st down, and hopefully got to get a touchdown here. That's my only way to stay in this game, I feel like. 14-0. I'm going to go ahead and get Najee started with a great run on the ground. This is going to be 1st down in Eagles territory all the way to the 31. And now 1st down and 10 to go for a pass. I have no clue how I completed this. That was completely off target, but Mark Andrews is making me look pretty. And I end up getting to 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line, where obviously enough, I hand this off to Najee Harris, and the first touchdown of the game for us goes to Mr. Najee Harris, and we'll put 7 on the board, down 7. We're going to get the ball back. Eagles get a field goal, so I'll go play action pass. I have no clue how I got this one to work as well as it did, but a nice sideline catch of Jamar Chase. A good pickup puts us in Eagles territory. And 2nd down and 11, another draw play for Najee Harris. Big 1st down here as he's going to put us to the 10-yard line with a huge run. 2nd down and goal. Now I'm going to pass to Najee Harris in the flat, and both our touchdowns are responsible because of this man. I expect no different from this game. Najee Harris makes it 14 points for us. 14 to 20. The Eagles got a field goal before half. I'm going to get a second down and 3 run, and another huge run by Najee Harris. He is really carrying the team right now. Remember how I said there's always one stupid thing that happens every single game? Well, here it is, folks. Look at this fumble, and then Najee Harris is going to kick flip the ball like he's prime Messi, picked up by the Eagles. I hit stick with Kenny Pickett. Mark Andrews picks up the fumble and runs out of bounds at the 50-yard line. I mean, what else can you do, Madden? I just had to review this whole thing because I got to walk through this. Najee fumbles it. 6 Eagles chase him, but I think the awareness by Najee tries to kick it upfield to Deontay Johnson. Kenny Pickett comes in and hit sticks, and Mark Andrews picks the ball up. What else am I supposed to say there? And somehow, someway, this is going to booth review? What do we have to review? I mean, I have no clue. They're going to review a fumble here. I mean, obviously that's a fumble. The dude got rocked by Kenny Pickett. That's embarrassingly enough. I think the refs just want to break so they can smoke some green because this is just completely stupid. Why are we booth reviewing this? Obviously, I get the ball back. I'm going for second down 6 pass. I get another completion to Jamar Chase. And I end up getting the 1-yard line where, guess again, Najee Harris takes the football to the touchdown. And all 3 touchdowns of the day are responsible because of him. Go figure. We're going to get our first lead too. That'll be 21-20, and we get the ball back. 3rd down and 11, however. I got to get a first down here. I go for a risky pass. Good defense, and it's going to set up 4th down and 11, so I'm going to have to take the field goal, but it's still a comfortable lead from here on out. It'll be 24-20, where the Eagles will get the ball back. And the Eagles are going to do nothing with it, thankfully, so we get the ball back with 4 minutes, and we can really capitalize on this. So I start getting Najee Harris working, and he gets a first down and 10. What's new? And we can go ahead and move the Pittsburgh Steelers to Harrisburg because Najee Harris is capital H, capital I, capital M, him. He is going to ice this game with a huge touchdown. It's going to put us up 12-11 points, I believe, and another touchdown, all touchdowns because of him. Eagles would actually end up scoring a touchdown, and another stupid play happens. I did not know it could happen again. I see a wide open land. The game tells me to slide, and for whatever reason, Kenny Pickett dives over the top of the line, and it's a fumble scoop and score right here. It's going to put the Eagles up with a minute. I have no clue why Kenny Pickett thought he was Superman. I clearly wanted him to slide for the first down, but instead he goes head first into 2 Philadelphia Eagles and really screws us up. I mean, look at this. I mean, I didn't know it could get much stupider than this, but clearly enough, I have no clue what Kenny Pickett's doing. Anyways, I have to lock in, and I see a beautiful route. I go ahead and lob it to George Pickens. He breaks the tackle, and we're going to take the lead right back with a huge touchdown, make it 37-34. Finally, we got someone involved other than Najee Harris, and it's going to put us in the position to win the game. I just hope hope Kenny Pickett does not fumble this. Thank the Lord. We're going to win 37-34. Our best game so far. What a game. And Najee Harris, again, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 receiving touchdown. I really don't know what else you can ask for from this man. The Steelers strike back in a revenge game against the Philadelphia Eagles, and it only took just a few totally unrealistic plays to cement our 4-2 record. The Steelers will continue to beef up the receiver room by adding Stephon Diggs to join forces with Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, and Deontay Johnson. Other results include Myles Garrett going further south to the land of the Palms, Aaron Donald reunites with the Rams, Zach Martin finds home on the other LA squad, and Amari Cooper becomes a Bear. We had 2 power-ups used. Finally, the redeployed power-up was hit by the Broncos. We'll get to that in a minute. And the resurrection power was claimed by Atlanta. They'll get to steal a free player from an eliminated team, so I'll let them take Quentin Nelson from the eliminated Colts. Of course, Quentin Nelson finds his way into a Dean's World video. Alright, final standing check for episode 2. Week 6 tops out with the Kansas City Chiefs taking over number 1. 5 wins and 1 expansion. The Niners will drop a game, so they're going to share second place against the Panthers, who are both 5-1. And you can see we're only down to 3 teams undefeated. Broncos are 3-0-3, and the Dolphins are 4-0-0. We're sneaking back to the first page, but we're going to stop at 9 for now with a 4-2 record. We're beating out the tiebreaker against the Chargers and Rams, who are also 4-2. The Eagles, who we just played, are ranked 13. You can see the NFC East is filled with the Cowboys and Giants, who are both 2-2 right there. Page 3, some of our division rivals sit here 17-18, and now you can see some teams going into the negative record now, including the Seahawks, who are 1-4, but those 3 expansions are really their saving grace. And our final page, it's time to reveal who was eliminated. You probably already knew though. First, the Saints and Commanders survive at 1-4-1, but the 3 teams eliminated, starting with the Buccaneers 1-5. Patriots didn't get a win, they're 0-4-2, and the Cardinals finished 0-5-1. So those are our 3 eliminated teams. Alright, I didn't forget about the redeployed power-up. It's time to do that. Alright, so I have this wheel of 25 NFL teams. It's not counting the teams that are eliminated, and obviously the Broncos. Whoever it lands on, the Broncos are going to swap land areas with. I wanted to do this live because I highly anticipated they're going to swap with the LA Chargers. Oh, okay. So our map is going to go from looking like this to looking like this. So as you can see, Broncos and Chargers switch land area. It's just like Great Britain. They went from owning 1/3 of the map to owning the size of land of Alabama. And you can also see we have 3 new white spaces. I went ahead and eliminated the Patriots, Buccaneers, and Cardinals. Remember, next episode, there's going to be 3 new power-ups placed in those positions. And somehow, some way, Oklahoma has not been touched yet. This might be the most groundbreaking thing which has ever happened in the state history of Oklahoma. But anyways, that's where we're going to leave off for episode 2. A lot happened and a lot more is planning to happen. So thank you guys for watching and tune in next week for episode 3. See you then.